Hello, everybody. This is D. King, your book granny here, and listening to audiobooks is not the same as reading. Yeah, I did not know this was like such a hot topic. Okay, honestly, I didn't know it was a topic at all. Like a month or so ago, I was in a Facebook in one of my reading groups, and that question came up, and I was shocked. Really shocked at how many people said that reading and listening to an audiobook was the same thing. They're not. But anyway, let's keep on going. So then what I really got shocked about was how passionate these people, like if it had been an in-person group, I'm telling them folks, they might have started coming to blows. Like, is it that serious? Come on, we're consuming a book. As long as you enjoy it, who cares, right? But I guess they did care. It was some offended people up, and there was a bit much. But I didn't hear anyone saying why they felt it's the same. It was more of, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, and no reasons behind why they felt the way they did. So I figured I'd take a few seconds to say why I feel the way I do, and I hope that y'all comment below and tell me your opinions, because I actually want to hear them. But we're going to keep this discussion respectful. As always, I will delete any comments that if they're not respectful, okay? But I have never ever had to delete anything. Even people that come on, it's weird. Sometimes people comment something like a advertisement or stuff. I even leave that stuff there. So I've never had to delete anything. So I hope I never have to in the future either. So let's discuss this. I do not consider them the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I do listen to audiobooks and I read books, okay? When I'm out on the walk with my dog, I will listen to that audiobook. But when I'm in the house, that same book I read, okay? And, I'm not saying one's better than others, just that with the audiobook, I can multitask. If I'm washing dishes, I can be listening and I'm still in that same book. Or when I'm sitting down just reading, because, I'm retired, thank God, and I have more time to read. But at the end of the day, they are two different things. When you read, let's see, how can I say this? Reading, think of like a play, okay? You are every actor in that play. Okay, this is your mind, and your mind has to interpret what the author said. So you're every actor in the play, and you're also the audience watching that play. So think of that as reading, okay? Because you're doing all the parts. The author, yes, someone else wrote this, but you're interpreting what that person wrote, okay? So now let's switch over to audiobooks. In audiobooks, let's say you're at a play and you have all these actors up on stage and you're getting to see what they're doing. You get to be the audience. Others are interpreting it and you get to be the audience and enjoy it. You seeing the same play, right? But it's just who are the actors in that? Is it your mind being all the actors, or is it somebody else interpreting? You interpreting it or someone else? Okay, so let's take that a little step further. A lot of people, they start reading a book. Okay, they're reading this book and then they switch over to the audiobook and they say, that's not what how I heard them in my head. That's not the same sound. That's not the same inflection. That's not the same way. That's not the same tone, because they are two different things. What you make in your mind might be completely different than what the actors did. So a lot of people do not like going from reading a book to the audiobook. It bothers a lot of people. Okay. Now, for me, it's easier if I start off with the audio so I can get the voice of what what the voice actors had wanted. And then I already have those voices. And then it's easier when I read because I know what they were trying to do. So I might listen to the first chapter on an audio book, but then I'll go on and read. So I already have those voices in my head and I'll keep on using those voices because, does bother me a little bit, not a lot, but it does kind of bother me. So every once in a while, I will okay, I better probably listen to this a little bit, And don't you sometimes when you have an audio book, you can't stand the voices of the people that are acting it. You're like, ooh, so you switch over to reading it because I can do that better in my head. You know why? Because they are two different things. Again, one's not better than the other. They're just different. Cats aren't better than dogs. They're just different. They're both pets. They're both expensive. They're both loving. You can train them both, but they are two different types of animals. Okay, let's take this one step further. When I listen to the radio, I'm driving down the road, minding my own little book granny business, and I'm listening to the radio. Am I reading? Do you guys consider that reading? I'm just saying, I'm going to set that right there and just leave it there for a second, okay? Words do matter. Reading and listening are two different forms of learning. Actually, you have your visual, you have your audio, you have your reading, writing, and what's the last one? Touch, hands-on. So those are your four types of learning. So reading and writing is a category of its own, and audio is a category of its own because they are two different forms. At the end of the day, reading or listening to a book are two different things, but in the big scheme, it doesn't matter. Do you, boo? If you like to read it, read it. If you want to listen to it, listen to it. Don't worry about others, people, okay? Now, go on down there in them comments and let me know what you think.